Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, 3 storms on the move, President Trump's new move on tariffs, and Disney World with the Super Bowl MVP. Triple threats on the move across the country. At least 26 states on snow, ice, and flood alerts from California to New Jersey. Ginger is tracking it all.
Deadly plane crash. The investigation after a small jet owned by Motley Crue singer Vince Neil slammed into a parked plane.
President Trump raises tariffs on steel and aluminum as consumers and companies brace for impact. Plus, Trump calls for the Gaza ceasefire to be canceled if all the hostages are not released by Saturday, as he threatens Jordan over the U.S. takeover of Gaza.
Egg hunt.
This is crazy. When there are no eggs left at Walmart, the shelves are bare.
As a nationwide shortage drives up prices, how some retailers are cracking down as another restaurant adds a surcharge to its menu.
Shark attack. We hear from the 2 American women airlifted to the hospital after being bitten by a shark in the Bahamas. Now, concerns ahead of spring break.
2 teenage referees shoved by a father at a hockey game. Now, the assault charges. What happened on the ice?
Escalating controversy over telehealth company Hims and Hers Super Bowl ad about weight loss medications.
This system wasn't built to help us.
Why the maker of Ozempic and Wegovy is firing back.
Mr. Beast exclusive.
It will blow your mind.
Inside the world of the most watched person on YouTube.
Not expecting this.
And the possibility of Mr. Beast buying TikTok.
Luka and LeBron's era.
Luka Doncic.
Overnight, Doncic making magic.
Tries the 3.
In his Lakers debut in the happiest place on earth.
I'm going to Disney World.
This morning, one-on-one with Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts, as a new Super Bowl champ says,
Good morning, America.
Live from Times Square, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America, and good morning to the champ. That's right, the champ is at Disney World. You hit it right, the happiest place on earth, Robert.
Well, happy having you back.
I'm happy to be back.
I guess I'm so happy.
I knew where you were going with it. I'm happy to be back.
Good.
We have a lot to get to this morning, including a new study offering hope for families dealing with peanut allergies. We're going to have the details on that. And President Trump and his administration are now in a standoff with several federal courts who have paused his plans to shrink the government and on other issues. So we're going to get into all the details with that with Dan Abrams in just a little bit.
But George, we're going to begin with the 3 storms on the move. The first hit bringing snow, ice, heavy rain, and possible flooding stretching from Texas all the way to New Jersey. You know, Ginger is here with the track and timing, and it's only just beginning.
We often say a 1-2 punch, but now we need like an uppercut as well, because that's how this storm and the systems are going to go. It's just one after another. Debris flows possible in Los Angeles by the end of the week on those burn scars. Chicago could see their biggest snowstorm of the season, but we'll start with number 1 that's already started from northern Kentucky, like Louisville, over to Lexington, and we'll see heavy rain on the southern end of this as it moves through Huntington, West Virginia. The heaviest snow may fall just south of Washington, D.C., but Washington itself is already at average. They're going to surge above average, anywhere from, say, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches of snow there into southern New Jersey. That one's gone by tomorrow morning. Then we start up. Kansas City starts it tomorrow morning. Chicago begins late morning into the early afternoon, ends up with 5, 6 plus inches of snow in a lot of places. And then it's ice in parts of Appalachia. You've got the lower peninsula of Michigan getting snow. For us, Wednesday night, it's a little mix, and then it takes over as rain. And so we'll get to that western storm, George, in the next tip.
Oh, well, thank you for that. Okay, Ginger. We're going to go to Washington now, and the latest on President Trump. He moved to raise tariffs on steel and aluminum imports and weighed in on the Middle East, threatening Jordan and urging Israel to call off the Gaza ceasefire unless Hamas releases all the hostages by a Saturday deadline. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce is tracking it all. Good morning, Mary.
George, good morning. Well, during the campaign, President Trump promised to rebuild the American steel industry. And while they are welcoming these expanded tariffs this morning, businesses across the U.S. and companies abroad are now scrambling to figure out what this all means for their bottom line. This morning, President Trump vowing to enforce a 25% tariff on all steel imports into the U.S. and raising tariffs on aluminum to 25%.
It's 25% without exceptions or exemptions. And that's all countries, no matter where it comes from.
The American Iron and Steel Institute praising what they say is President Trump's continued commitment to a strong American steel industry. But experts are warning that these tariffs could drive up prices for American consumers as much as 15 to 20%, affecting everything from appliances to cars and construction materials. The European Union responding this morning saying unjustified tariffs on the EU will not go unanswered, that they will trigger firm and proportionate countermeasures. The president now promising if other countries respond with their own higher tariffs, he'll just impose even more tariffs on them going forward.
Very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. That's all.
Some U.S. business owners, like Michael Howard, who makes and sells furniture, says they can't take on the increased prices the tariffs will cause.
And then what do we do? Because I can't swallow a 25% increase in cost of goods. So that then gets passed on to my customers.
And while Trump has promised to be an American-first president, he's increasingly wading into conflict in the Middle East. After Hamas announced it's suspending its upcoming release of Israeli hostages this weekend, accusing Israel of violating their tenuous ceasefire deal, Trump saying if Hamas doesn't release all of the hostages by midday Saturday, the ceasefire deal should be canceled altogether.
That's Israel's decision, but as far as I'm concerned, if all of the hostages aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock, I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out.
It comes as Trump is doubling down on his plan for the U.S. to take over Gaza, promising to build the, quote, Riviera of the Middle East. But his administration still hasn't explained how they would do this. The White House has said American taxpayers will not foot the bill, and Trump has promised no soldiers by the U.S. would be needed. But he's also making it clear that the Palestinian people would not have the right to return to their homeland.
I would own this. Think of it as a real estate development for the future. It would be a beautiful piece of land.
Would the Palestinians have the right to return?
No, they wouldn't, because they're going to have much better housing, much better. In other words, I'm talking about building a permanent place for them.
Now, the president is calling for Egypt and Jordan to take in Palestinians, a suggestion that they have fiercely rejected. And now President Trump is upping the pressure, suggesting he may cut off aid to them if they don't agree. All of this will likely be discussed here today as President Trump meets with the King of Jordan here at the White House. Michael.
Yeah, I'm sure that will come up, Mary. Thank you so much for that. We're going to turn now to the latest on the court challenges to President Trump and Elon Musk's effort to reshape the federal government. The administration is pushing back after a federal judge found that it was violating a court order. Our senior political correspondent, Rachel Scott, is tracking it all for us. Good morning, Rachel.
Michael, good morning to you. And this is really turning into a showdown between the Trump administration and also the courts. Nearly every single effort put forward by President Trump and Elon Musk to shrink the size of the federal government is facing legal challenges.
Just hours after a federal judge accuses administration of violating a court order, President Trump blasting the courts that have temporarily halted his agenda.
But judges should be ruling. They shouldn't be dictating what you're supposed to be doing.
For the first time in his second term, a federal judge finding his administration violated an order to fully lift its freeze on federal funding, calling the pause likely unconstitutional and adding that it continues to cause irreparable harm to a vast portion of this country. But the Trump administration pressing forward with their plans to shrink the size of the federal government.
Let us work! Let us work!
Frustrated workers protesting outside the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau in Washington after Elon Musk and his team essentially shut the agency down. Employees receiving an email that they should not come into the office, instructing them, please do not perform work tasks.
You show up to work on Monday morning, excited to get started on the week. I had an agenda of things that I was ready to do to fight for American consumers. And to be told that I'm not supposed to do that is heartbreaking.
The Bureau was created after the 2008 financial crisis to protect American families from unfair and deceptive practices on everything from mortgages to credit cards. The president eager to move ahead with his mass buyout offer to some 2 million federal workers to either resign now with pay until September or run the risk of being fired. A federal judge putting it on hold yet again, prompting confusion and uncertainty for many. April Goggins works for the Department of Health and Human Services.
No, I'm not resigning. I'm gonna hold the line. I'm not resigning.
Why?
First of all, you're not gonna bully me out of a job.
The administration says they have heard from at least 65,000 workers who are willing to resign.
I got elected on making government better, more efficient, and smaller. And that's what we're doing. And I think it was a very generous buyout, actually.
So after Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance openly questioned the authority of the courts, several Republicans over on Capitol Hill, including Senate Majority Leader John Thune, drawing a very clear contrast. He says the courts have an important role to play in moderating power, Michael.
Yeah, we'd all have to agree with that, Rachel. And Rachel, Musk and OpenAI CEO Sam Altman, they're feuding again.
Yeah, they're at it again, this time after Elon Musk put in a $97.4 billion offer to buy OpenAI, a leading artificial intelligence company. Well, Sam Altman is the CEO of that company. He responded very bluntly by saying, no, thank you. The president did launch an initiative with several companies, including OpenAI. So this would raise a conflict of interest for Musk, who is the world's richest man. The billionaire already owns SpaceX, the social media company X, as well as Tesla. And of course, he's now working in the administration, guys.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. It's been our chief legal analyst, Dan Abrams. We've got these showdowns brewing between the president and the courts now on several fronts.
Right. And let's keep in mind there's a difference between not complying at this particular moment and defying. What's the difference? Not complying happens in cases, right? One party goes to court and says, hey, they're not complying with your order, judge. Defying means we're ignoring it. We're not going to do it. And so far, we have not seen overt defiance. We've seen the parties coming in and saying, wait a sec, they have not complied with your order, judge. The Department of Justice still treating it seriously, still appealing the rulings, doing all the things that one would typically do in a legal proceeding.
And you mentioned defiance. A social media post, Vice President J.D. Vance, he wrote, quote, judges aren't allowed to control the executive's legitimate power. Does that sound defiant to you?
That's a lot scarier, right? What J.D. Vance is saying is much scarier than what's actually happening in court. Because J.D. Vance is suggesting in that and in other posts that, you know what, if the executive branch doesn't agree with a ruling that the courts make, the executive branch in the end can have the final say. Think about what that would mean. If that's the case, that means the courts don't have a role. That if the executive branch, the president, decides he wants to do something, and the courts say you're not allowed to do it, well, the president's just going to do what he wants. That's frightening, and that's why it's so important what Rachel just pointed out about Republican senators coming forward and saying that's not the case.
So what would happen if a president did defy a court order?
It gets tricky. It's supposed to be handled in the political arena. Look, if it's a particular person, if it's Elon Musk, a court could issue sanctions, right? They could say, for every day you don't do this, this is how much you're going to have to pay, etc. If it's the president of the United States, in the end, it kind of has to be dealt with in the political arena, which is why it's so important to watch those Republicans.
Except when it goes to the Supreme Court. Eventually, they're going to decide on one of these cases, and then we're going to have the real confrontation.
Correct, meaning you still have the same question in the end, which is, are they going to listen to the Supreme Court? Which J.D. Vance seems to be suggesting maybe we don't.
All right.
Wow.
All right, Dan, our thanks to you as always. We'll see what happens. But now we have that deadly plane crash at an airport in Scottsdale, Arizona. A Learjet owned by Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil veered off the runway after landing, slamming into a parked jet. Mola Lenghi is in Scottsdale with the latest for us. Good morning to you, Mola.
Well, good morning, Robin. Yeah, Scottsdale Airport here has reopened after yesterday's deadly collision. The fourth deadly plane accident nationwide in less than 2 weeks.
This morning, another alarming incident on one of America's runways. A small Lear jet arriving from Austin veered off the runway as it touched down in Scottsdale, Arizona, slamming into a Gulf Stream that was parked just off the runway.
Okay, I copy. The airport is shut down. I'll be right back with you.
Emergency crews racing to the scene. Officials say one person was pronounced dead on arrival. 3 others were taken to the hospital in critical condition. One had been trapped in the wreckage. Crews working for hours to free them. The exact cause of the collision is still under investigation, but this photo showing landing gear on the runway, providing a possible clue.
It appears that the left main gear failed upon landing, resulting in the accident.
The Lear jet is registered to a company owned by Motley Crue lead singer Vince Neil. The rock star was not on the plane, but TMZ reports his girlfriend and their dogs were. She reported 5 broken ribs and is now recovering in the hospital, along with a friend she was traveling with. A lawyer for Neil saying Mr. Neil's thoughts and prayers go out to everyone involved, and he is grateful for the critical aid of all first responders assisting today.
Well, there were no injuries reported on the plane that was struck. The NTSB is now investigating, Michael.
All right, Mola, thank you for that. And we're going to turn now to New York Mayor Eric Adams' legal trouble. The Justice Department has instructed federal prosecutors to drop the bribery case against him. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with the latest. Good morning, Aaron.
And good morning, Michael. Eric Adams was supposed to stand trial this spring after he became the first sitting mayor of New York to be charged with federal crimes. But as soon as Donald Trump was elected, Adams began a campaign for a reprieve. Flying down to Florida to meet with Trump, driving overnight to attend Trump's inauguration, the Democratic mayor declining to criticize Trump, and all that paid off. The Justice Department's now directing federal prosecutors to drop the charges, not because Adams is necessarily innocent. A Justice Department memo said it reached this conclusion without assessing the strength of the evidence. Instead, the memo suggested Adams was charged because he criticized the prior administration's immigration policies. Memo also said the case needed to go so Adams could devote his full attention to Trump's immigration policies. Federal prosecutors have defended this case, charging the mayor with accepting luxury travel perks in exchange for favors, and already they've secured guilty pleas from 2 of the mayor's associates. Well, now his lawyer says the mayor and New York can put this unfortunate and misguided prosecution behind them. Maybe. The Justice Department said the case would be reviewed after the mayoral election. An implicit warning, guys, the charges could be revived unless Adams stays in line. Robin?
All right, Aaron, our thanks to you. Now we have the beginning of the Luka and LeBron era in Los Angeles. Lara is here. Big debut overnight, Lara.
Yeah, big debut, Robin. 8 days after that trade that rocked the league last night, it was showtime for Luka Doncic, the 25-year-old delivering, greeted by a sold-out arena, all wearing his number 77, and that includes his new team captain, LeBron James. Luka going on to score 14 points with 4 assists in his first 24 minutes of play as the team cruised to victory over the Jazz. But, guys, the big question remains, why is Luka wearing gold rather than Mavs blue? Players get traded all the time, just not players as good as Doncic, who didn't ask to be traded. He was traded in secret. Even LeBron says he knew nothing about getting a new teammate. And for a player who is amazing in Anthony Davis, but he is 6 years older than Luka. Also, now, Anthony Davis is hurt. He had a great first game for the Mavs, but he did get hurt. He will be out for a few weeks. On the other side, though, a true show of support. LeBron usually is the last name called for the starting lineup, but he allowed Luka to be the big finale for the lineup call in his first game as a Laker.
Really welcoming him.
Really welcoming him.
LeBron can't play forever. You need a big star in L.A.
Right.
He's the perfect guy for it. They sound like a good band, Luka and LeBron.
Yeah, and on the Mavs side, they love Davis, and rightly so.
Yeah, as soon as he gets healthy, he will get healthy again. All right, coming up, major retailers are cracking down on hoarders. Wholesale prices are at record levels when it comes to egg prices, and Matt Gutman has the latest on the egg hunt. Hey there, Matt.
I like what you did there, Robin, with that, but it's not looking good for consumers. Eggs are now so expensive they've become a hot item for theft, and why prices are likely going to continue to rise about 20% more this year. Coming right up.
Okay, Matt. Also, we hear from 2 American women bitten by a shark in the Bahamas as the incident raises concerns ahead of spring break.
And new at 7:30, a father facing charges after shoving 2 teen refs on the ice during a kids' hockey game. But stay right there. We'll be right back.
Jalen Hurts, you and the Philadelphia Eagles just won the Super Bowl. What are you going to do next?
I'm going to Disney World.
When you hear that tune, you know what's coming. It is a time-honored tradition. The Super Bowl MVP going to Disney World. Our Will Reeve went with Jalen Hurts to the Magic Kingdom. They talked about the big win, staying motivated, and the ride Jalen couldn't wait to get on. That is coming up.
We're looking forward to that. First, new at 7:30. There are concerns about mudslides in areas of Southern California recently burned by wildfires. A powerful storm will begin to bring rain to the West Coast on Wednesday morning, including Los Angeles. Flash floods, mudslides, landslides, and rock slides expected by Thursday and Friday. Also breaking moments ago, the FBI confirmed 2,400 new records related to the JFK assassination case file have been found following President Trump's January 23rd executive order. And take a look at the last known images of Kansas City sports reporter Don Manzano, who died while in New Orleans covering the Super Bowl. The images obtained by DailyMail.com appear to show Manzano entering the hotel with Danette Colbert the morning before he was found dead. Colbert is charged with using his credit card after his death. Police say they're working to determine if Manzano was drugged.
Also, police in Washington State say a dad is facing assault charges after he pushed two child referees to the ice during a youth hockey game. The suspect told police he was defending his son after he got into a fight. Police say the fight had been broken up before the assault. And take a look at this new member of Disney World's Animal Kingdom. Meet Boxo, the tiger cub.
Boxo?
Yeah, Boxo. He made his official public debut just last week, and now people are already lining up to see the 5-month-old. If you can't make the trip down to Florida, you can check out Boxo, his mom, and all their adventures on the Disney Parks YouTube and Disney Parks blog.
All their adventures.
Boxo.
All right, now to the nationwide egg shortage. Wholesale prices, as we know, are at record levels, and many store shelves are empty as some major retailers crack down on hoarders. Chief National Correspondent Matt Gutman is in California with more for us. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, good morning, Robin. The pain of egg shortages and soaring prices caused by these bird flu outbreaks is being felt by the public and businesses across multiple industries. And now eggs are considered such a hot commodity, they're the target of hoarding, even theft. This morning, with bird flu infections across the nation surging and egg supply plummeting.
$6.99 for a dozen, and I said, forget about it.
Egg prices are skyrocketing.
I go to the store and it's like $10 a carton. I'm like, what?
In Chino, California, a long line of motorists hoping to snag a dozen from a poultry farm wrapping around the block. Many also flocking to farmers markets.
Thank you.
How much would you say demand has gone up?
Super high.
Times 2, times 3?
Times 5, probably.
The H5N1 bird flu impacting tens of millions of farmed chickens nationwide. Egg prices up 65% in the last year. And businesses are also feeling the pressure. In Washington State, police are investigating this brazen theft after they say suspects stole more than 500 eggs from a local cafe. And that 50-cent surcharge Waffle House added per egg, now in the menu. And in L.A., Cantor's Deli, in business for over a century, staggered by those egg prices.
If you go back to like October, we were paying $10,000, $11,000 in November. When we get the bill for January, for December, it's $24,500, and that was like a shock.
A business that's been in business for 105 years now can't break even.
Not just simply because of the eggs. That's enough to do it.
And egg prices could go up another 20% this year, according to the Department of Agriculture. And because of the life cycle of hens, it would likely be another 6 months before new healthy flocks mature and prices stabilize. And that's assuming that there are no additional bird flu outbreaks, which itself is not entirely likely. So breakfast might continue to look a little different for a while, guys.
Okay, Matt, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the 2 American women who were bitten by a shark in the Bahamas. They were airlifted to the hospital, recovering now. Eva Pilgrim has the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. It was a fun day that took a frightening turn. 2 Florida women literally steps from getting back on a boat, bitten by a shark. This morning, they tell us they know they are lucky to be alive.
This morning, shark attack in the Bahamas. 20-year-old Riley Decker was on vacation, singing and dancing on a boat in Bimini Bay when she and her 24-year-old friend, Summer Lehman, decided to go for a swim.
We were swimming to the ladder, and I kind of felt something nudge my leg, and I looked at her and I was like, what was that? And we kept swimming, and then I felt a tug on my leg, and I knew right then and there that I was bit.
Their friends racing to get them to safety.
Our friend Austin, he pulled, but I had no strength in my leg, so I couldn't get myself up. So he grabbed me and he pulled me on top of the boat. He wrapped the towel around my leg and a rope for a tourniquet and held it until the medical professionals could come and help me.
Riley thinks she was bitten by a bull shark.
It was very scary, and the fear of thinking, you're gonna die in the moment.
While Summer turned to Riley, she didn't realize she was bitten as well. The top of her foot, likely by that same shark.
We both were panicking in that moment. I didn't realize that I got bit until they started screaming that my foot was shredded.
The two women eventually airlifted to hospitals in Florida. Riley has undergone 2 surgeries so far. Her family saying she will need at least a third.
All we can do now is just be grateful that we're still here because it could have ended very differently.
This latest attack coming as the busy spring break season kicks into high gear. Though attacks are still rare, experts say warming waters are bringing sharks closer to the shore.
Most sharks are cold-blooded, and the warmer water often improves their metabolism, their functioning, and so many of them will actually go to areas that are warm water, especially in cold times of the year.
And the other thing that brings them closer to the shore, fish scraps. People go fishing and they clean their fish when they get back to the marina, and then often they dump them back into the water. So our expert warning people to be aware that can draw sharks in as well. He told us anytime you get in the ocean, you are entering their home and they could be there.
Yep, that is the truth. All right, thank you, Eva. Now, with the weight loss drug ads from Hims and Hers that you probably saw during the Super Bowl, the treatments in the ad do not require FDA approval, and they're coming under new scrutiny after the commercials aired during the big game. Elizabeth Schulze has what you need to know about them. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, Michael. Well, in this high-profile Super Bowl ad, healthcare startup Hims & Hers showed off its weight loss drug, calling it life-changing and an affordable option for American consumers. But critics say that the ad was deceptive and left out critical safety information.
This is the future of healthcare.
An escalating controversy this morning over this Super Bowl ad from telehealth company Hims & Hers.
This system wasn't built to help us.
Portraying a greedy American healthcare system and touting the company's weight loss drug as a less expensive alternative to medications like Ozempic and Wegovy.
They're affordable, doctor trusted.
Hims & Hers drug is compounded, meaning it combines or mixes multiple drugs to create a tailor-made medication. So it isn't required to go through the FDA's rigorous approval process. The maker of Ozempic and Wegovy firing back in a full-page ad Monday, writing, "Do you really know what you're injecting into your body?" 2 senators blasting Hims & Hers for failing to include side effect disclosure, risk, or safety information as would typically be required in a pharmaceutical advertisement.
But that Hims & Hers ad? Whoa. Diabolical.
Some viewers were also put off, saying the ad encouraged fat shaming and depicted weight loss drugs as a silver bullet for America's obesity epidemic.
Hims & Hers is not going to fix the food in our country.
In a statement to ABC News, Hims & Hers saying, "We don't believe Americans should be a certain weight or size. We take safety, quality, and transparency steps for every customer on our platform. We are complying with existing law."
Now, we spoke with the chief medical officer of Hims & Hers, who says the company's compounded drugs are ultimately giving more Americans access to weight loss drugs. These copies of FDA drugs, guys, have seen a big boost in popularity amid shortages of some of those other FDA-approved options like Ozempic and Wegovy, guys.
Okay, Elizabeth, thanks very much.
Now, with our play of the day and Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts, he took his well-earned trip to Disney World, and someone else who earned a trip there as well. Will Reeve went with him.
I sure did, Michael. Good morning. The early numbers are in, and an estimated 126 million people watched the Super Bowl, meaning a record number of people saw what Jalen Hurts already knew. He's a champion, and now Super Bowl MVP, and that means a hero's welcome at Walt Disney World.
I'm just a ton of gratitude, and I'm truly blessed.
This moment, 26 years in the making for Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts down to the 25.
The newly crowned Super Bowl MVP winning his first title Sunday and getting to say those magic words.
I'm going to Disney World.
To be able to share this moment with Disney World, being my first time here, it's been amazing.
Hurts and the Eagles dominating the 2-time defending champion Kansas City Chiefs in a stunning 40-22 win in Super Bowl 59.
God is good. He's better than the highs and the lows.
At what point in the game did you allow yourself to think, I'm a Super Bowl champ?
Honestly, going into the locker room and seeing my teammates celebrating, that's when it hit.
The game brought redemption for Philly and Hurts after losing to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Hurts using an image of him walking off the field in defeat amid red and yellow Chiefs confetti as his phone's lock screen for motivation.
What's your lock screen going to be now?
I hadn't changed it. I probably won't.
You probably won't?
I probably won't. It's just a lock screen.
It's not just a lock screen. If you're going to motivate yourself every time you look at your phone, reflecting on a loss, now that you've won, what are you going to keep to motivate you?
The motivation doesn't change. You hate losing more than you love winning.
But loving winning right now probably feels pretty good.
Hate losing feels worse.
Hertz now and forever knows how it feels and what it takes to hoist the Lombardi Trophy.
And I think for 364 days of the year, you work day in and day out, blood, sweat, and tears, just for one moment, and that's to hold that trophy. When I saw myself in that reflection, it was something like I've never seen before, so that's an amazing feeling.
Hertz spending the day with his fiancée and loved ones, soaking up some Disney magic.
Rode the Tron, that was pretty eventful. Got a good adrenaline rush from that, and just enjoying it, enjoying the sun, enjoying the fans.
The Birds fans are out here, huh?
Yeah,
let's do an experiment. Give them a wave, see what they do.
Hey, ready? It's all about that, man. It's all about that.
Those Birds fans, they're loyal and omnipresent. They were showing out at Walt Disney World as a sort of appetizer for the big victory parade. That is scheduled for Friday in the city of brotherly love. Fittingly, it'll be Valentine's Day.
And it's going to be a little different parade for sure in Philadelphia than it was at Disney World. I can guarantee it.
Just a little bit. Hey, well, thank you. Lil's going to be back. He has an exclusive with Mr. Beast, the YouTube phenomenon known for his big stunts and giving back. And GMA, turning matchmaker, we're setting up 2 blind dates ahead of Valentine's Day. Come on back.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Triple weather threats across the country. At least 26 states on snow, ice, and flood alerts from California to New Jersey. Ginger tracking it all.
How to train like a superhero.
Want me? Come and get me!
With Captain America himself.
Do something you didn't do yesterday. Do something you couldn't do before.
Anthony Mackie making a little Tuesday motivation.
Born to be wild.
And get ready to step into the wild world of Mr. Beast.
Whichever one of you leaves last wins $500,000.
The most watched person on YouTube. With more than 360 million subscribers, he's giving us an exclusive look into his life and game show like never before.
Welcome to B-Scams.
What he's saying ahead of the big finale, if he'll help buy TikTok, and so much more. As he says,
Good morning, America!
Live from Times Square, it's Tuesday. Good morning, America.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to have you with us this morning. It's almost Valentine's Day. Hopefully you got something planned, okay? And we have 2 potential couples on set. They're divided by a curtain right now, and they'll meet face to face for the first time in our next half hour true blind date.
Yeah, that is. Now, so ahead, we're breaking down the new study on peanut allergies. A lot of families want to know about this.
They sure do. First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with the 3 storms that are moving right now. The first will bring snow, ice, heavy rain, possible flooding. Texas, New Jersey on alert. I want to go back to Ginger. Good morning, Ginger.
Hey, good morning to you, George. So this is Interstate 81 near Radford, Virginia. The snow is already flying, trying to cover up some of the highways. So that will get slick really quickly as we go through the day. And that's the thing, is this is Storm 1, all kind of represented in that area. That's Storm 2, and then we've got one for California by Thursday. Let's go ahead and start with the timing of the first one, because on the southern end, you've got flood watches all the way through northern Alabama, North Georgia. You're going to be watching for some of that heavy rain, but the snow is really in northern Kentucky, say Lexington, over to Washington, D.C. today. Looking for somewhere between 3 to 6 inches, but the heaviest will be just south of Washington, D.C. along that rain snow line. Delaware is going to pick up snow, as will we, a few flakes tonight, because we're right on the cutoff on the top end. Then if you look at what's happening out west, Altadena, California, that was the Army Corps cleaning things up. They're going to have more flood potential. And then we'll have to look at that second storm. This one goes from Kansas City over to Chicago. Look, Chicago getting their biggest snow of the season tomorrow, Michael.
All right, Ginger, thank you for that. And we're going to turn now to accused killer Luigi Mangione accepting nearly $300,000 in donations as he fights murder charges in the shooting death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is back with more. Good morning again, Aaron.
And good morning again to you, Michael. This is quite an outpouring for an accused killer in the 2 months since United Healthcare chief Brian Thompson was gunned down in Midtown Manhattan. The online legal defense fund for Luigi Mangione has reached $300,000, and donations picked up after a news report said they had slowed down. Newsweek reported last week contributions to Mangione's fund had slowed to a trickle. And in response, his attorney said Luigi is aware of the fund and very much appreciates the outpouring of support. That remark and the reporting prompted a series of online posts from supporters that appeared to spark renewed interest in Mangione's case and donations to help him fight state and federal charges. One of those charges carries the possibility of the death penalty, and his legal team just added a court-appointed death penalty expert. Mangione has pleaded not guilty in state court. He's yet to enter a plea to the federal charges. His lawyer said Mangione would accept all donations to aid his defense. Robin.
All right, Aaron, thank you. Now to the canned tuna recall. Cans of tuna sold at Trader Joe's, Walmart, and other supermarkets have been recalled because of botulism risk. The tuna was sold under the Genova, Van Camp's, H-E-B, and Trader Joe's brand names. No illnesses, thank goodness, have been reported because of the recall. But if you have any of these cans, it is highly recommended you throw them away or return them for a refund. And a new hope for families when it comes to peanut allergies. Rebecca Jarvis is here with details on the new study. Good morning to you, Rebecca.
Good morning, Robin. Yeah, parents know how life-altering food allergies can be. Peanut allergies are so common these days, many schools now have nut-free policies, but this new study could be a breakthrough. This morning, a new study offering hope for families dealing with peanut allergies. Researchers finding some children were able to build up a peanut tolerance with gradual doses of store-bought peanut butter.
Kids who have what's called a high threshold peanut allergy, meaning that they can tolerate about half of a peanut before they show any symptoms. In one group, they gave these kids a small increasing amount of peanut products over the course of 18 months. And they found that those kids were actually able to tolerate peanut products at the end of the trial. So telling us that it is possible in these kids who are able to tolerate a small amount of peanuts, that they can essentially train their bodies to not be triggered by peanuts.
Researchers say every child in the group that gradually dosed peanut butter became desensitized, with 100% able to tolerate 9 grams of peanut protein compared to 21% in the group that avoided peanuts. And even after the study, 68% were able to sustain their tolerance compared to 8% in the other group. Many parents have been taught to introduce allergenic foods to babies early to slowly train their bodies not to overreact. But this study focused on children with a known peanut allergy, potentially offering a low-cost and convenient option for treatment. It is important to stress here that this study was done on kids who were able to tolerate at least half a peanut, and it was done in a medical setting. You should not try this at home with your child without talking to your pediatrician first.
Say that again.
Yeah, don't try, kids, don't try this at home.
Okay.
Don't try this at home. Very important.
Very important.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Rebecca. Coming up on our GMA Morning Menu, our exclusive Mr. Beast, the most watched man on YouTube. He tells us how he got his start, his plans for the future, and if he could help buy TikTok.
Also ahead, we're counting down to the Oscars with an exclusive reveal on who will be on stage announcing the winners on Hollywood's biggest night.
Plus, Dr. Whitney Bowe, she is here with her top tips for lip care so you can have the perfect pout in the cold weather. And Lara, you're with Tori.
Robin, look at this amazing pillow that Tori is offering to all of you. She's gifting GMA viewers with huge savings on deals and steals from brands we love, starting at less than $10. It is a true Valentine's Day hug coming up on Good Morning America.
And we are back with our GMA cover story. It's an ABC News exclusive with Mr. Beast. He's the most watched person on YouTube, more than 360 million subscribers. Sat down with Will Reeve with a special look inside his world. Hey, Will.
Hello again, George. Good morning. He is an internet sensation. Mr. Beast, known for his elaborate stunts, his larger-than-life projects, all put to video, which garners hundreds of millions of views, each one. And he's got this record-breaking game show now, and he never really does sit-down interviews for TV. Until now, only here on GMA.
Whichever one of you leaves last wins $500,000.
At just 26 years old, Mr. Beast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, is the most watched person on YouTube.
I somehow have unrestricted access to all the Great Pyramids of Egypt.
How did this all come to be?
I just started making videos when I was 11, and I'm 26 now, and we went from 10 views a video to 100 views to 1,000 views a video, and now over 100 million people watch.
Not expecting this.
And now Mr. Beast has over 360 million subscribers and a loyal fan base. He's got a chocolate bar, a snack brand,
Are you ready to see who's eliminated?
a hugely popular game show on Amazon Prime, and a major focus of his brand is giving back.
You're making a whole lot of people happy. Aww.
Celebrities and sports stars are fans too.
What, if any, pressure do you feel knowing how many people, especially young people, are watching what you do?
A lot. I recognize we have, a lot of people that look up to us. Basically, like 1%, 2%, 3% of like humans alive will watch most of these videos. I'm basically expected every video to make like the craziest video that has ever been made, and to consistently do it. And so it's definitely a lot.
But his expertise at always upping the ante on everything he touches
He just won this chocolate factory. It's all mine.
is on full display in Beast Games.
Welcome to Beast Games.
The show already breaking records.
Beast Games is the largest cash prize in entertainment history, with the largest sets. I mean, we literally built a city just to house the contestants in between the games.
The reality game show features 1,000 contestants competing in nail-biting physical, mental, and social challenges. The finalists now vying for a potential $10 million jackpot.
Hello? Hello? Who are you voting for?
The largest game show in history. Its finale just days away.
Can we get some spoilers?
It will blow your mind. It's like the set and everything in the game and the psychology of it. It's really good. I'm very excited to see people's reactions.
There have been allegations along the way. Mr. Beast's production company and Amazon hit with a proposed class action lawsuit filed in the fall by 6 anonymous contestants who claim sexual harassment, that they were misled, and that the show exploited them.
They say they were in unreasonable, unsafe, and unlawful employment conditions. How do you respond to that?
I got to let the lawyers handle that. I can't comment on it, but I can say I've personally talked to 700, 800 contestants. They all want to come back. They all had a great time, and you can watch their content online, and I think it speaks for itself.
We reached out to Amazon Prime, who replied they're not commenting at this time. A spokesperson for Mr. Beast telling ABC News that the lawsuit, which was filed last September and hasn't achieved class action status, still hasn't been served. Despite the controversy, central to Mr. Beast's brand is philanthropy. He even has a separate channel dedicated to it.
We wanted to give you $50,000 to put towards college.
Whether it's helping 2,000 amputees walk again with prosthetics, building and giving away 100 houses.
Here's the keys.
Oh my God!
Or finding homes for 100 shelter dogs.
I don't want to look back when I'm 70 and be like, dang, like I wish I did more, I want to have a positive impact.
He's even sparking chatter over his desire to help purchase TikTok.
America deserves TikTok. Give me a seat at the table.
How real is that bid for TikTok?
I don't have the tens of billions of dollars to do it, but we're working with people who do.
And Mr. Beast couldn't resist giving us a taste of what makes him so famous. So he brought along some fans to show us what he does best. We're here in our GMA studios with the one and only Mr. Beast. And of course, the king of games couldn't come to Times Square without playing a game.
So we have a bunch of fans of my channel here, and basically we're gonna play a game that was in our show Beast Games, and whichever one of you wins, I'll donate $10,000 to whatever charity you want.
The challenge, who can drop their ball closest to the timer without going over.
You guys ready? Yeah! All right, put your blindfolds on. 3, 2, 1, start the timer.
How much time do you think has gone by?
You think 2 minutes is left?
74.
75.
You'll never know.
Here.
82. 24.
I've confused her. And in the end, we had a winner.
Oh! The winner! It's Katie! $10,000! That's the Mr. Beast experience right there. Part of his experience also, he travels all the time. He says he shoots 28 days a month. He was headed from here to Ethiopia as he circumnavigates the globe, being one of the biggest things in the world. And the finale of Beast Games drops this Thursday on Amazon Prime. And more of my interview with him comes this afternoon on GMA3 and on Nightline tonight, guys.
Oh, that was really interesting.
That
Thank
really
you, Will.
was. Love the charity component.
Mm-hmm.
Love that he's giving back at such a young age. He gets it.
He does.
You get pop news.
I do indeed. George, thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. We're going to begin with our GMA Road to the Oscars. Last week, Sam told you about the first round of presenters taking to the stage for the big night, including Robert Downey Jr., Cillian Murphy, Dave Vine, Joy Randolph, and Emma Stone. I am happy to add to the list. This morning, we can exclusively reveal that these stars have confirmed they will be presenting. Halle Berry, Penelope Cruz, Elle Fanning, Whoopi Goldberg, Scarlett Johansson, John Lithgow, Amy Poehler, June Squibb, and Bowen Yang among those who will take to the big stage. 19 days to go, guys, until the Oscars, March 2nd, 7 p.m. right here on ABC. We will be there covering all the action in front and just backstage the moment those actors and winners get off stage carrying that golden statue. We will talk to them
Already
first.
quite a lineup of presenters.
It's so exciting. And then I keep watching the movies, and they do not disappoint. Last night was The Substance. Oh my gosh,
the last act. Have you seen a real?
Don't tell the movie.
But have you seen A Real Pain?
Yes,
that is so good.
Incredible, incredible. And Conclave, it's a great year, everybody. A great year in movies, and we have more movie news for you now. This one we can't wait to see. It's the latest installment in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Captain America: Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie as Captain America. So how did he get ready for the role? Well, we know one way. Mackie teaming up with Peloton, hopping on one of their bikes for a class with instructor Alex Toussaint. He had some motivational words, too, for the cyclists in the class and out there in the cyber universe. Take a look.
Yesterday, do something you couldn't do before. When you leave this class knowing that the next class is going to be easier. Because you act like a dog today.
Yes, I am in. Very motivational. Mackie making sure everyone can get into superhero shape, curating a whole collection of classes with the app inspired by the strength training regimen that he used to prepare for the film. The 7 classes are meant to be taken over the course of 1 week for maximum Captain America results. Harrison Ford, he plays President Thaddeus Ross, also went for a spin there in the movie on a Peloton on Air Force One, no less. You can catch them both in action when Captain America: Brave New World hits theaters this Friday. And you can find the workouts by searching Train Like a Superhero on Peloton. I'm in.
Yeah.
Anthony, love those words.
Great idea.
You were like, dog!
Just like that.
Yeah,
just
exactly.
like that.
Anthony, sorry, I won't try again. Finally this morning, Grammy-winning crooner Michael Bolton is debuting a new gig just in time for Valentine's Day with a classic. It has fans asking, how are we supposed to live without this? The singer teaming up with Hatch sleep devices for a limited edition Light Q, where he serenades sleepers with his hit from 1989. Everybody, how am I supposed to live without you? This song is timed with a soothing Valentine's Day themed red light. George, I know what you are up to on that big night. It's aimed at helping people fall asleep better or helping them wake up more easily, all to the sound of Bolton's timeless ballad, available now on Hatch. And that's pop news.
Whatever works.
Exactly. Exactly. I love it. Good for you, Michael Bolton.
This week for Deals and Steals, we have brands we love and Tori's Valentine for our viewers. We love these customized gifts.
We do love customized gifts because, so this is all about vibe. And the reason we love these is because we can keep a person or a pet or both super close to us. Yeah, so of course, although this is the one that Gary told me that he really wants. So we're going to give him this pillow. I've got one for you right back there so you can keep little man Lucas. Lara was just talking about she's going to go visit Kate and bring her the dogs because when kids are in college and they can't have their pets close, or when your son doesn't live here and mama needs to keep him close. You know what? A couple of years ago, I had one of these made for Rebecca, for her daughter, and she would tell me that every time she traveled, Isabel got to hold mommy close. And so now we've got some big girl options for Isabel as well. So just take your favorite photo, upload it. The artisans in Chicago will create this pillow.
And it's comfortable too.
Comfortable, double-sided printing as well. 3 different sizes, all 50% off starting at $30.
This is going home with me.
Of course it is. Okay, Dim Daco, I love these because this is all about warmth and gifting warmth. So they've got really great options in giftable boxes so that you can kind of gift a hug to somebody. I also love, they make this product, it's called a cry pillow, because sometimes you need a good cry. Sometimes certain things in life, they're difficult, and so they've got 6 different options of this really soft, beautiful pillow that says it's okay to cry. We've got lots of wraps from them. One of their most popular this year, this Sherpa hooded wrap. Again, it's all about comfort. We've got their socks online too. Everything slashed in half. The socks start at $10.
And it is okay to cry.
It is okay to cry. Absolutely.
Oh, people love shapewear.
They
love
do.
Shapewear.
This is Rhonda Shear. Their most popular is this one right here called the Ah Bra. They have sold more than 50 million of these worldwide. Wow. So it's a light support, but it's got no hooks and wires and all that stuff that sometimes makes things uncomfortable. It's a really great stretch. It's got a nice wide back, so there's no bulging in the back. Just extreme comfort. We've got a big assortment from them of bras and bottoms, all slashed up to 60%. These start at $8.50. That's a good
all
deal. Under $20.
Good deal.
Saludos, making their GMA Deals debut, a brand that you guys have asked for, and that's because they make incredibly comfortable sneakers. Vogue called it the perfect simple sneaker because that's what it is. I've owned the white ones for years because A, they're so comfortable you don't want to get rid of them, and so they're unbelievably comfortable. The sole is fabulous. This is one that it's wearable right out of the box. You don't even need to break them in.
And I love the different colors.
So many different colors and materials as well. These are all slash and half. Plus we got their popular wedges too.
Yes.
Super popular espadrille wedges. Okay, we're going over to travel.
Yes.
When you travel, Robin, you got to make that bag work for you. This is half day travel. Their best seller is this one right here. So it's easy like this for a carry-on, but then it opens up to a garment bag like this. So it's a garment and duffel in one.
That opens to that?
Yes, exactly. So you can put dresses or a suit, and then there's pockets for socks or toiletries or shoes. Folds right up, perfect for a carry-on. That one you're holding there is the double-decker. It's got that zippered compartment on the bottom, so if you want to separate either dirty clothes or shoes from your clean clothing, you can do that. We've got all their small pieces as well. All slash and half starts at $14. And then we're ending on a favorite around here, Beauty Blender. Easiest way to apply makeup, especially foundation, flawlessly. You take the little egg, you wet the egg, and then you use it for foundation so it's not cakey. It looks super natural. If you need a little touch up during the day, you just pat that right there. You look flawless. All 50% off today, starting at $7.50.
Can't beat that. Thank you, Tori. We have partnered with these companies on all these deals. You can go to goodmorningamerica.com to find out all of these amazing offers. Tori's going to be back tomorrow. Even more brands that we absolutely love and can't live without. GMA is all about the love this morning. We're setting these couples, these two couples up on a blind date. Come on back.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
It is that time. Welcome back, everybody. With just 3 days until Valentine's Day, we're helping 4 people with their search for love, setting them up on a blind date live on GMA.
Literally.
This morning,
We have 2 potential couples, Andrea and Joey, Alexandra and Garrett, and after chatting all morning, they're about to see each other for the first time ever. But before we get to that, we have our friend, dating coach, and host of Later Daters, which was so good on Netflix. Logan Ury is with us. I love this idea.
Yes, thanks for having me.
So happy to have you. All right, so this is an experiment we're trying, but blind dates are old school. Why do you think meeting somebody without seeing them at all might actually be the trick?
I encourage all daters to date like a scientist. That means running experiments and being open to different types of people. So I'm so excited about these blind dates because it's really a chance to just try something new.
Try something new and listen and sort of forget about the book, the cover,
of course,
and see what's
just
on the inside.
See that the kind of person that you were dating in the past, maybe it hasn't worked out because that's not really the person you're going to be with.
Because we do tend to have patterns, don't we?
Try something new.
Yeah, I like that. Well, let's meet our couples. Andrea, you have been chatting with Joey all morning long. How's it going so far?
It's going good.
Oh, you look cute. You look like you're kind of shy right now. So, can you elaborate?
Yeah, it's very easy to talk to. He's very nice. He lives in Brooklyn, which so do I, so we have that in common.
He's smiling, by the way.
That's cute. All right, good. I like that. Proximity is important, right?
Absolutely.
You want to sort of take away obstacles.
Yeah, makes everything easier.
And then on the other side, Garrett. Hi.
Hey, how are you?
You've been talking to Alexandra.
I have been.
Who's
yeah.
also got a big smile on her face right now. You have not seen her. What made you decide to say yes to our little experiment?
Well, I've been using the strategy of hoping my life partner falls through my ceiling onto the couch.
Hasn't been working?
Hasn't worked.
Not so much?
Surprising, no. So now we're on Good Morning America, and no, we've been getting along great. I think Logan's a true professional. Like we have so much in common.
Do you like that idea of treating it like a science experiment?
Yeah,
or
I
is that
do.
Not
Yeah,
very...
it's a numbers game. You have to meet a lot of people, and you have to say yes to a lot of things. So I think that's putting yourself in a position to meet great people is always a good idea.
Well,
I love that
Are you guys ready to see each other?
Yeah.
Say yes to that. Say yes to that. All right, say yes. All right. Let's get ready to do the big reveal.
Okay.
When we count down, you're going to step down and see each other for the first time. So here we go. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1.
Meet your dates.
There you go.
No pressure, live TV. Oh, this is so fun. Yay. It's so nice. You guys really have been talking to each other all morning long, and Logan has been observing like the scientist that she is. So Logan, I want to ask you, you know these 4 people. What is your advice to these pairs as they get to know each other now live and in person?
I have to say, I really think we nailed these matches. So Joey and Andrea, you're both independent and you're looking for someone with a great sense of humor. On your dates, I want you to show off your silly side. And both of you, Alexa and Garrett, you forged your own path from being someone in finance to becoming content creators. And at Hinge, we found that 93% of people are looking for someone who's emotionally vulnerable. So tonight, I want you to share about your journeys of personal development and everything that you've been learning lately.
And Joey, you're finally face to face. So how you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm feeling optimistic. It's really nice to get to know Andrea a little bit, and I don't know. There's something really sweet about putting a face with a name or a name with a face after having the conversation. So really, I don't know. It seems like it'd be a good time.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Brooklyn's going to be lit.
Brooklyn is always lit, Michael.
Totally. All right, so Alexandra, I want to talk to you. After spending the morning with Garrett, sight unseen, what are you expecting now, or what are you hoping for as you continue on this journey?
We actually made a few plans already. So pasta, talks about content creating, and also some pancakes.
Oh, I like a little carb load.
Pancakes. Y'all on a carb
Ready?
Diet starts Monday.
Well, you know, we want you guys to get a chance to know each other a little bit more, and we consider this your first date, so we're going to send you on a second date at the Union Square Hospitality, brand new revolving restaurant high above the theater district. It's called The View. Yeah. So we're going to send you all there to extend these dates, and we want you guys to have fun. Have fun on your dates. We thank you for being here and let us have this just Valentine, connection.
Will you let us know if there's like more to come? We'd love to follow your story.
Talk about our successes.
Yes, we definitely want to hear back from you and understand and find out where it's gone. And we hope this is a love connection for everybody. So thank you all for joining us, Logan. Thank you.
Thank you.
There you go. You nailed it. Great job.
You do a great job. Thanks so much.
Yes, you do.
Now celebrating Black History Month, and the content creators turning to social media to make sure Black history does not get forgotten. Morgan Norwood has the story.
How did the Black Panther become the symbol of Black power? I'm so glad you asked.
Did you know you have a Black woman to thank for the heating system inside your home?
These creators are teaching Black history on their own terms, one post at a time.
Don't play with me. What's her name? But let me ask you this. How much do you really know about her?
Author Taylor Cassidy is the brains behind the social media series Fast Black History, dishing out little-known and inspirational lessons to her more than 2.2 million followers.
Name a poet from Black history that changed everything.
I asked myself, what is a way that I can teach people Black history the way that I learned it, the way that I fell in love with it, which is full of joy and resilience and perseverance.
As African American studies courses are being purged from curriculums in schools across the country, with currently 3 states opting to restrict the teaching of the AP level subject in high school.
Hey y'all, I'm Dr. Sid, and I heard y'all were looking for some electives to take.
Black professional educators are joining the trend and taking their classrooms to social media.
To not include African American history really is to include a large portion of this United States.
Dr. Leah Barlow is a professor at North Carolina A&T and accidentally sparked the now viral Hillman Talk University movement.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Introduction to African American Studies for the spring semester.
The name, inspired by the popular sitcom A Different World, featuring the fictional HBCU Hillman University.
We mean business around here at Hillman.
Why do you think people took to this so quickly?
Sometimes we think that we, in order to do something, need permission. And I think that this says, no, we don't, right? We can teach, we can educate, we can activate in ways that move beyond policy.
Classes cover a wide range of topics, and students across the platform are more than happy to take advantage.
Continuing to hit me how incredible of an opportunity and a privilege it is to be able to learn like this.
For Good Morning America, Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
Great piece there by Morgan.
Such a creative way.
Yeah.
And Black history is American history.
Yes, it
Sure
is.
is.
Yeah.
Let's go to Ginger.
Thank you all so much. We are counting down to the Oscars, and we want to tell you about a terrific movie called Sugar Cane. It is the first film directed by an Indigenous person from the U.S. or Canada to be nominated for an Oscar. In fact, the first in any category in the Academy's 97-year history. It uncovers what happened to First Nations children when they were taken away from their parents to be raised by religious institutions. Take a look.
For decades, there were reports of neglect and children dying or disappearing from this facility.
2 girls drowned. Priests were moved around. Why are they dying?
Did they think we'd be stupid all of our lives, the rest of our lives, and nobody would ever find out these things?
You do know what happened with me, right?
I want to know the whole story.
Sugar Cane is streaming now on Disney Plus and Hulu.
This woman right here is one of our favorite guests. We're going to perfect your winter pout just in time for Valentine's Day. Board-certified dermatologist Dr. Whitney Bowe joins us with her lip tips to battle the elements. Always good, Dr. Bowe. Okay, anatomy lesson to begin with.
Right, so one of the requests that I get all the time in my office from all different ages is to either enhance or rejuvenate the lips. But we've all seen lip filler gone wrong.
Yes, we have.
So let's break down the anatomy of the perfect pout. Now, the very first thing that I look for is what's called the Cupid's bow. The Cupid's bow is actually the curve along the upper border of the lip. And when that Cupid's bow is nice and defined, it can really just enhance the lips in a beautiful but subtle way. Now, the 2 peaks of that curve are called the GK points. And Robin, when it comes to injecting, I'd rather respect the natural contours of the lip than just pump volume into the lip. Bigger is not always better when it comes to the lips.
Because we have seen that on some folks. All right, now, as we age, as we mature,
so as we mature, as we get wiser,
yes,
the collagen bundles outlining the border of the lip, they decrease in abundance, they break down in architecture. When that happens, we see a flattening of that Cupid's bow, and the upper and lower lips slowly start to collapse upon one another. So it looks as though they're sort of slowly deflating, but there are things that we can do. If we take care of our lips the right way,
I'm going to do do's and don'ts here.
We can slow down the aging process. Let's do some do's and don'ts, and I have an amazing paddle with me, so I'm going to surprise you.
Okay, so how about sugar scrubs?
Sugar scrubs are an unhappy face for me, so these can dry out and irritate the lips, especially if you use them more than once a week.
Okay, and what do we have here?
So peptides.
Yeah, that's right.
Peptides get a very happy smile. Peptides in a lip product can not only immediately hydrate and nourish even like dry, chapped lips, but there are certain peptides that if you use them consistently over time, they can help to redefine the border of the lip, enhance the Cupid's bow, bring back that youthful architecture to the lip. No needles.
Okay. Is that yours? Is that?
I don't know. It might be something that we recognize over there. It's going to be coming soon.
So many people, mint, flavored, any of those things. It's no good? No good?
Okay, so peppermint, menthol, camphor, fragrance, unhappy face for me. I tell my patients anything that tingles or tastes good that's actually one of the reasons people feel like they're addicted to their lip balm. You know, when you keep applying the product again and again, like, why are my lips getting more and more dry? Those are the classic ingredients that can do it. Those are major red flags.
So we should recognize if it's tingling
or something. If it tingles and it's minty and you just love the way it tastes, no bueno for a lip product.
I think I know the answer. Antioxidants.
Antioxidants, what do you think?
I think yay.
Yes, you nailed it. Love good antioxidants. Orchid extracts, vitamin E, amazing for protecting the delicate lips.
Okay, so what's the bottom line? It's winter and we want to protect our pout. Bottom line.
I mean, do a lot of kissing, guys. Like, seriously, doctor's orders. You know, you want a kissable pout, take care of your lips and kiss somebody you love.
This is why we love her so. She keeps it real. Dr. Whitney Bowe, thank you as always. And coming up, we got, how about training tips for your dog? That's next here on GMA. We got it all. You're so good.
All right, welcome back to GMA, everybody. The Westminster Dog Show is underway as we speak. And while most of our pups at home aren't maybe quite as good or ready for the dog show as those guys are, there are a few fundamentals that we can use to raise their game. This segment's sponsored by Good and Fun Treats for Dogs. We're joined by their spokesperson, international professional dog trainer extraordinaire, Tom Davis in the house.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. So let me ask you, when it comes to training, please help me.
Sure.
As a mom of 3.
Well, it's good to have fun with your dog. Right? It builds a better relationship and it makes training more beneficial and more powerful.
Yeah.
And also, these long-lasting treats are great for mental stimulation. So as the dogs are working on these things, it gives them that primal urge to chew on these things like all dogs have.
Well, and they know they get a reward,
exactly.
Right? Like if you do good for mama or dad, then you will get a treat.
Absolutely. And as they're chewing on them, it's also really great for their teeth. So it's kind of a win-win there.
Yeah, it is a win-win.
Yep.
And the training does continue. Is it you know that saying about old dog, new tricks?
Yep. I think you can you can definitely teach them. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
Okay, there's hope.
Just takes a little bit of time.
All right, good to know, everybody. All right, so we have some more introductions. Alyssa Grubbs is with us, and Alyssa has her dogs here. They're Banshee, Echo, and Striker, and they're going to help us with some demonstrations. I see that the good and fun treats are already happening. And then we have 2 other very special brand mascots, appropriately named Good and Fun. Where are you? Hi, Good.
What's good, everyone?
I love you guys.
I'm the good side of your dog.
And I'm the fluffy fun side of your dog we all know and love.
Oh, I love you guys. All right, well, nice to have you here. I can't wait to talk to you more. All right, we're going to have an awesome performance in just a moment. But first, Tom, guide us through some of these basic commands that all dog owners should know and use.
Yeah, so if you're at home with the dog, it's important when we work on the stay. You want to tell your dog to stay. Like Alyssa just did, but don't beg them, stay. You want to tell them to stay.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to be working on the break command. And the break command could be anything to the dog, but in this case, it's going to be the dog's name, freeing the dog and allow them to be a dog to do what they want. So as Alyssa says the dog's name, now the dog can break and be a dog. Sniff, good and fun treats.
Was it easy to get Banshee to do that?
Yeah, she likes being obedient.
Yeah, and with treats, all things are possible. I would guess.
Same, for me too.
Right? We're none of us are really that different. All right, so we want to see what these dogs can do. Are you ready to release the hounds, so to speak?
Let's do it.
Striker.
Oh, what about the
good?
Oh my
Banshee,
God.
Over.
That spin is looking really good.
Spin.
Those are some fancy furry feet there.
Ready?
What a treat this is. And speaking of treats.
Oh no, I can't take it.
Pretty. Stay.
Goodness.
Yes. Good job.
Oh my gosh.
Good job. Ready?
Good job, guys.
Wow.
That deserves a round of applause.
Oh my God. Wow. They look just like Reva, Betty, and Coco, not? No. Yes, they are amazing. Great job, everybody. And I see everybody's being rewarded.
Yeah.
All right, so we would love to get a replay and commentary.
Banshee.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Whoa.
Are we
spin is looking really good. That was like a tornado of fun. I don't know how they spin so slow and so good.
Isn't that amazing?
It's so fun. So good.
Do you guys have that in you? You guys can do those tricks?
Oh, no
just
thanks
as
for
well?
me. I'm good.
Do you want to try those tricks?
No. I'm good.
Well, I'm good.
Oh yeah, I'm fun.
Oh yeah.
You sure are.
All right, I love it. Amazing job. And then offering treats, of course, is helpful, right?
Yeah,
in the whole process.
Absolutely. At the end, every dog deserves
Look at them going
the
to
rewards
town.
and the treats. And these are the good and fun kebabs. And as you can see, after they're going to work on these things, it's great to reward your dog after they do something really amazing. Alyssa did a great job. The dogs did great. And it cleans their teeth while they're working.
Yeah, that's really great.
Win-win-win. It's wonderful.
Win-win and good and fun. You've seen the replay.
Oh, yeah.
Thumbs up?
Oh,
Thumbs up to your
absolutely. If I
brothers
had
and
them,
sisters
yeah.
over there. All right. Thank you guys. Please come back.
That was
I
good.
love you.
Oh,
I give you a
absolutely.
big hug. Thanks, you guys. I like how they all went back to their place too.
Yeah.
They're so well trained.
Thank you.
And now they're working, they're working, right? So it gives them something to do. So it's a really good structure to give your dog.
Yeah, these dogs are amazingly well behaved. Thank you for bringing them all in. I'm
Absolutely,
going to give them all hugs as soon as we go to commercial break. But right now, we want to tell you that, of course, every dog is a winner in our book. Banshee, Striker, Echo, all getting a year's supply of good and fun treats. Thank you. That's so nice of you, Tom.
Yes,
Very
of course.
generous. And you guys can obviously try them with your dogs. I wish you the best of luck. I know I'll need it. And we will be right back on Good Morning America. You get over here. Can I come see you?
Alrighty then. Before we skedaddle, big congratulations to our assignment editor, Ahmad Hemingway, and his wife, Joanna. Our baby girl, Georgia. Mom, Dad, and big sister are thrilled. Our warmest wishes to all. Beautiful.
What a lovely family. Have a great day, everyone.
Mwah.